Hey y'all, in today's video we're making homemade sugar cookies. You can still make your family a great little dessert at Christmas time and stay on a budget. The Christmas sugar cookie is one of the most common cookies you can make that your family will love, and you can afford to still make some old-fashioned Christmas cookies just like your granny did. So y'all come on and join us in the kitchen as we share this simple recipe on how to make homemade sugar cookies with
Welcome back
icing.
to Small Town Southern
Let's
Wife.
get
Today
started
I'm
on
making
this
our
recipe.
Cookies for Christmas. And I thought I'd bring y'all along and show you. So let me turn you around and show you how we're going to do it. See, I've already got all my ingredients sort of sitting out I might need, and so I don't have to go digging for it. But anyway, I wanted to show y'all how we're doing it and bring you along with us. Okay, what you're going to start off by doing is you're going to go ahead, and I've got my butter softened to room temperature, and you're going to go ahead and add your 1 cup of butter. That's 2 sticks. 1 cup of butter is 2 sticks. And start blending it on low, just to get that butter creamy. Okay, now once your butter's got cream, start slowly adding in your sugar. And while that's creaming, go ahead and measuring cup and check your egg and make sure it's a good egg before you add butter in your sugar. Okay, now we're fixing to go ahead and add our egg. And I always beat mine just a little. Go ahead and beat it up and get it mixed. Add your egg in there. Going to add the vanilla, 1 tablespoon. Add it slowly, and then let that cream. But first, I'm going to turn it off for just a minute and go ahead and scrape down the sides of the bowl. Let it go back. After I scrape down the sides, turn it back on and let it start over. And that'll take about 1 to 2 minutes. And once that's creaming, get it creamed real good, then we're going to add in 3½ cups of flour. You may not use all of it, but you'll for sure use the 3. And you'll add the half a little bit at a time. So let me go ahead and start measuring that out, 1 cup at a time. Then add just a little bit more, a little bit of flour at a time. You're going to use 3½ cups altogether. Okay, I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl down, and I'm going to go ahead and get it off of this mixing attachment, and I'm going to put my dough hook in there. Okay, now we got our dough hook on there. Pick up the little pieces I dropped. And now we're going to let the dough hook mix it together, and it'll form a ball. You'll see how it works. It's starting to get ready to turn loose. Let me scrape the side just one more time and get it out from over there on that one side. Pretty much not sticking to the dough hook. And that's what we want. And then once you get your cookie dough formed, what we're going to do is we're going to take this. I'm going to move all this out of the way, and I'm going to show y'all how we're going to get it ready, and we're going to chill it. So now we're going to take it off of this and get it ready to chill. take your cookie dough off of the attachment. Now look how clean that bowl is. All but just right there in the bottom. Okay, let me get all this cleaned up and I'll bring it right. I just dusted the counter just a little, and I'm just going to barely work the cookie dough. Once you just work it, just like 2 or 3 times, work it. You're going to form it in a ball, and we're going to set it back in here, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it cool for about 30 minutes. You got to chill this kind of cookie dough first. The way I do it is I line my cookie sheet with parchment paper, and it makes your cookies not stick. And then just take a little spray and just barely mist the parchment paper. I'm going to use a star, a little Christmas tree, and a gingerbread man to cut them out with. And I put this parchment paper down, and that'll help it from sticking to your counter. And then we're going to put this one on top of that one and roll it out once it gets chilled enough. Okay, while we're waiting on the cookie dough to get chilled, I'm going to go ahead and start on the icing. And what I'm going to do is we're going to use 1 egg. And I'm not measuring my powdered sugar, just I'm going to say probably about, let's see, this is 2 pounds. So I'm going to take about 8 ounces of this powdered sugar. And half of it was already gone. So that's probably about 8 ounces. Or you could say a good 1 cup of powdered sugar. And then we're going to separate this egg. And we need the egg white out of it. And this little gadget Travis got, it separates your yolk and your egg. See how pretty that yolk stays in there? I will save that. I might let Bonnie have that egg yolk. But you're going to take your powdered sugar, your egg white, put it in the powdered sugar, and about a cupful of white karo syrup. Maybe not quite a cup, but that's probably about a teaspoon. You got to rinse it down, or if you don't, it'll make it stick. And then you need just a tiny bit of lukewarm water. Okay, that's getting warm, and I'm just going to get me not much at all, because it don't take much, and just add a little bit at a time to your icing. I'm going to move that paper over some so I can get a hold of it good. And you can put food color, you can separate your icing too and put different colors, you know, add your food coloring and make you some green and red. And that'll give you different colors to decorate with. And you can make it a little bit, or you can make as much as you want. I use probably about 8 ounces of powdered sugar, because I'm just making one batch of cookies. And then when that sets, it's going to get a little bit harder, but not much. And that's how you want it, right there. I'm going to set that over there to the side. Okay, my cookie dough I took out. It's been in there for about 15 minutes. And I'm going to put it on that piece of parchment paper and then put this one on top of it. And roll it out like that. And you sort of have to hold on to your parchment paper. And I like getting them about 1/4 thickness, 1/4 inch. But not too thin, but not too thick either, like a biscuit. You don't want them nothing like that. And that cookie dough, where it's cold, it's hard to roll, but keeping it chilled like that helps it from falling apart. This is just half of my dough right here. And that's about the thickness you want. Or you could go a little thinner, but that's how we like it. That like that. And then we're just gonna start cutting them out. See how pretty they come out? And then I'm going to do a star. And then once you do that, just roll it back up. Since, see, you had to use the parchment paper, you're not having to add a lot more flour to your either cutting board or your countertop. Using that parchment paper keeps you from having to put so much more flour in your cookie dough. Because used to, I'd use the countertop and I would have to add a lot more flour back, like on it, or either on the rolling pin to keep it from sticking. And by the time you get through adding all that flour, they have too much flour in them. Our little gingerbread man. Our tree. Let me get this pan filled and we'll get them in the oven. And it's going to take around, I got the oven preheating on 350, and it'll take your cookies about 8 minutes. Just keep an eye on them because, you know, all ovens cook different. But this oven, it takes my oven about 8 minutes. This will be the last ones because I can't get any more on my pan. See, we divided our dough up. That's like 2 batches. I divided that dough ball in half. Let's see, I can get one right there. That'll be the last one. And then we're going to get them in the oven. Well, I got a mess to clean up. Let's get these cookies in the oven. Okay, I'm going to get the first batch of cookies out. I believe they're ready. But there's okay. I'm going to divide my icing up into 2. I'm going to do white icing and I'm going to do a different color. Green. So I thought I had red, but I'm out of red. I guess I used it for something else. Ooh, that green's going to be pretty. That can be for the green Christmas tree. Okay. And right now we'll just leave this one white. But I'm going to show you how I'd want to do the Christmas tree. It don't take much. Just get it on just a little on your spatula, or you could use a spoon, or even a piping bag. And just work the icing on it to where you want it. Like right there, I got too much right there. I'll put it on the trunk. There's what it's starting to look like, and it'll even harden up a little bit more now that it's thinned out on the cookie. And then I've got these little sprinkles over here. I can make that look like a little Christmas ornament tree. I'll do it this way and then use that pan. And then reuse what I'm dropping. But there's my sugar cookie with my homemade icing. Let's do one more. Here, we'll do a star. The other batch ain't quite ready. I'm going to just try this little knife right here because it's got a pointed edge on it because of these little angles on this star. Ooh, that knife works pretty good. And that'll help you get the extra off that you don't want. And now let's sprinkle some red on the star. Okay, I'll bring y'all back when I get them icing. I'm going to show y'all this way too, how you can just take your little tree and put it down in the bowl and then pull it up and let the extra come off. Wipe it off on the side, and then you have a little Christmas tree. That's a little bit easier than doing it by hand. Just dump it down in there. And let's see, let's put the sprinkles on that one. And I know gingerbread men are not green, but we're dumping him too. And then we're going to hold that. Just scrape the extra off. That's a little too much off. I'm going to do it again. I think I'm going to put him some like little buttons of white on his if I can get that to work. Oh, it's not perfect, but he's got white on his belly now. I'll repaint him green, because that didn't work too good. There's what they look like. Okay, we've got all the icing on the cookies. I have a little left and a few little cookies that broke. I'll let Travis try those and see what he thinks about them. But this is what they turned out to look like. And this kind of icing, it gets hard where you can actually stack them in a cookie can or cookie box, whatever you put your cookies in if you give them for a present, or if you just set them out and let people eat them as they come. This icing gets a little hard. But, you know, keep them in the refrigerator till you get ready to serve them or give them away. But there's a little gingerbread man. And there's a star. But see how that icing, and whenever you're working with it, it's getting hard so fast once it gets thinned out. That's why I only have a few with the little balls, because it got the icing got a little bit too hard and it wouldn't let the balls stick to it, but it still done the little sparkles. But see, I hope y'all can see how that icing gets a little hard and it don't dissolve off. And that little bit of karo syrup is what does that. And here's a little Christmas tree. And the star. And there's a few that's still a little soft because the ice, you know, we done those toward the end. But the ones that we done first have already hardened up. Like this one was one of my first ones. And you can tell that icing's good and firm already. But I hope y'all give these a try. And if you do, give us a thumbs up if you like it. And if you like how the icing and the cookies taste, give us a thumbs up. And if you hadn't subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. We need subscribers, and we're always thankful to get new subscribers and we'll keep making videos so y'all come back and watch some more. But thanks for watching.